get into this football game, man. I gotta start, bro. I gotta look at it from half empty first. Oh my. Philadelphia Eagles are in trouble. Big trouble, bro. That offense does not look good, does not look competent. I don't know what it is. They just haven't clicked. I don't know if it's Saquon Barkley's health. I don't know if it's the offensive line. I don't know if it's the new play caller. I don't know what it is, bro. But the Philadelphia Eagles offense does not look good. The Philadelphia Eagles offense is not good whatsoever, bro. I mean, I I tried to extend my touchdown streak, tried to throw AJ Brown, on there, thinking he was gonna find the box. He was unable to find the box, but he had probably one of his better fantasy games. So that's kind of like a half win, but a half win is a whole loss in my mind. But man, he had a good game. Him and Jalen Hurts seemed to work out a little bit. He was able to catch a deep out route and got pushed out at the 2 yard line, which led to a tush push. That was really my only chance. Other than that, man, the Giants were pretty much on the Eagles from the jump, bro. The Eagles could not stop the run without Jalen Carter. Even Jordan Davis being in there was not enough. Zach Bond getting that contract this offseason, he hasn't looked like the all pro that he was this past year. I mean, I'm gonna be real with you. It's tough for Philly right now, man. And to make things worse, Quinion Mitchell went down with a hamstring injury, and we know how hamstring injuries are typically 2 week injuries. So what is that? What is a hurt Eagles offense and a terrible Eagles defense that's now hitting injuries? What is stuff going to look like? It's going to look bad, bro. It's going to look bad. And the only mainstay seems like it's Jalen Hurts to Dallas Goedert, believe it or not. Dallas Goedert's look like one of the best tight ends in football this year. Him and Jake Ferguson are 1 and 2, if you ask me, as of today. And he's been carrying that offense, man. Jalen Hurts, whether it's a tush push, a rugby flip to the tight end, or I don't know what it is, bro. They're carrying the offense, and they have to figure it out with Devontae Smith. They have to figure it out with AJ Brown. They have to figure it out with Saquon Barkley, bro. That is the only way that the Eagles are going to compete in that division, compete in the conference, win the conference, and try to defend their championship, bro. I'm not liking what I'm seeing from the Eagles. I'm going to be honest with you, bro. And in that same breath, well, actually a different breath, the opposite side of the coin, we have to look at their opponent, the New York Giants. And we have to ask, are the Giants actually set up for success? I mean, they look like they have their franchise quarterback. I was not a believer in Jackson Dart. I'll be the first person to say and admit that. I was not a believer, bro. But Jackson Dart is proving me wrong, and I am more than okay with being wrong. Just being a born in New York, a New York former New York native, I just like seeing New York sports teams succeed when it's not my favorite teams. And being a Jets fan, I kind of, peek over at the Giants to see what they got going on and try to compare myself to them. And it's official, especially with Jackson Dart getting this dub. It's official. The Jets are the worst team in New York, the worst football team in New York. It's not even particularly close either. And so Jackson Dart probably being a higher tier starter in the NFL, with them having a Cam Scatterboo who looks like he could be a Pro Bowl type running back. That defense, Brian Burns, they got some young pieces on that defense. Man, the Giants have some stuff cooking, bro. They have some stuff cooking. I like what they have. And it starts with Jackson Dart, bro. He's an electric quarterback. He's an electric quarterback, bro. I like the way he plays. I like the way he doesn't think twice. And so crazy to think about all the teams that passed on Jackson Dart. considering how good he's playing now. But it's always that possibility of would he have played this well with the Jets? Probably not. If he would have went to a team like the Saints or the Browns, would he have played this well? Probably not. Probably not. But the Giants are a great team for him and Scatabo. That's a pairing going forward that I think could really do something for the Giants, bro. I'll be honest. I'll be completely real. Jackson Dart, you made a believer out of me, bro. And going forward, the Giants, they're maybe a legit corner away from competing in that division. I look at Jackson Dart, the way he's playing, at least in the same breath of a rookie quarterback, like maybe a Brock Purdy when he was a rookie. I mean, he doesn't have the talent that Brock Purdy had, but he's elevating the guys that he does have. Wandale Robinson, look at those numbers today, bro. Wandale looked good. Theo Johnson last week looked good. And these are the same weapons Russell Wilson had and couldn't do anything with them. So let's see what Jackson Dart has for the rest of the season, for the next few games. I mean, this was a big spot game against Philly, and he showed he can play. So I like what I saw from Jackson Dart tonight. Yeah, man, kind of piggybacking off of that, a touchdown streak came to an end, bro. It came to an end. If, you know, you were hearing what I was saying, the person that I selected to score was AJ Brown. I liked it going in. I felt confident going in. The Giants defensive back room didn't lead me to believe that AJ Brown would struggle. And I don't necessarily know if his struggles were based on the DB room or more so based on his offensive situation. Let's just say it that way, his offensive situation. But what I will say is that we're gonna start another touchdown streak, 1,000%, bro. Because that's also why I don't like picking them on Thursday, because it's egg on my face for the rest of the football weekend. So let's try to find who's going to get in the box. And I don't really have a good read on some of these games. I know my Jets have the Broncos at the early game. I'll most likely be up to see them take another L. If they go 0-6, I don't see how Aaron Glenn makes it to the end of the season. 0-6, bro. I don't see it. The Saints got to win. The Saints have a dub. We're the winless team, one of the only winless teams, if not the only winless team in the NFL. And the difference from us being winless versus any other potential winless team is that it's looked bad. It's looked bad for my Jets. So we're going to stay away from that game. Same thing with the Ravens. I don't know if the Ravens Chargers is going to be even close. We're going to stay away from that game. We got to find something that could be a close matchup where the star players will be playing. And you know what? I think I found that game. I think I found that game, and I think I found the player that gets in the box. I'm going to roll the dice on another one of those big athletic receivers that has had a little issues getting on the same page as his quarterback. But last week, he showed the ability to be on the same page as his quarterback, and I think he gets in the box again. And that player is DK Metcalf. We're going to see if DK Metcalf can get this Dynastyers touchdown streak back going. We're going to take $1, take $5, try to turn it into 50,000, 5,000, something like that. I don't know. We're going to try to take, like I've been doing, build this streak back up, because AJ Brown kind of sold me a little bit, but I know it's not your fault. Let's pivot from that and honestly just go right into the bet of the week. The bet of the week. This has been a pretty okay season for me betting. Hit some good ones, lost some bad ones. So I mean, hey, what can you do? It's all about gambling though. And I'll be honest with you, man. I really am liking the passing yard totals this week. There's a ticket that I was able to get in earlier this week, and I was able to snag a Daniel Jones passing yards at 227 against the Cardinals' bad defense. I think he has a big game. Dak Prescott at 245 against Carolina. Unless Javonte Williams just runs for 120 yards, I could see a world where Dak is airing the ball out, at least getting a 250 ball through the air and a couple tuds. Drake May against the Saints, 225 and a half. I think that's an easy play. We saw last week against the Bills that Drake May's a lock for yards. Touchdowns, not so much. They like to hand it to Ramondre in the goal line, which makes sense. He's a power back. So that's why I was trying to go with Drake May's yards. I like his yards. Cam Ward, this is the last chance that I give Cam Ward being one of my parlays. I'm 0 for 2 with Cam Ward this year, and he was briefly on the ban list, but I think he can have a big game against the Raiders. I think this is a game where even if they're losing, he's going to throw it a lot. I got him at 188 and a half. And last but not least, Jaden Daniels, 217 passing yards against the Chicago Bears. Lock that in, book that one. That's probably the bet of the week. I don't know if that total is still there now. I, in fact, doubt that you can get a Jaden Daniels at 217 and a half passing yards now against the Chicago Bears. But if you can find that, lock that in. I think Jaden Daniels is going to be in line for a big passing yard game. I don't know about touchdown wise, who scores, how they score. Maybe Bill Krosky Merritt gets a couple goal line touchdowns. But I think Jaden Daniels is in for a big yards game against Chicago. Chicago's one of the weaker defenses. Pivoting to around the sports world. I mentioned it at the beginning, and the NBA preseason is back, man. Oh my. I can't believe the NBA season is upon us, bro. It seems like just yesterday, the Oklahoma City Thunder were hoisting Lombardi as NBA champions, and now they're playing the Charlotte Hornets in the preseason. And so it just, the season pushes up on you quick, bro. The season pushes up on you quick. And I wanted to highlight my Boston Celtics and my guy Jason Tatum because I saw a clip of him dunking the basketball today. Dunking the basketball about 4 months, 5 months post Achilles surgery, bro. It could get spooky for people with my Celtics, bro. It could get spooky. It could get real spooky if he's able to come back towards the end of the season. I don't want him to rush, but the East is wide open. I've already been on record saying one of the teams I like out of the East is the Sixers if my Celtics aren't healthy. If health was like not a concern for anyone, I like the Sixers, but I also like my Celtics if we can get Tatum back out there with Brown and Derek White, Anthony Simons. I like the rotation this year. I like the rotation, man. I like the rotation a lot. Also, around the sports world, like I mentioned as well, the Major League Baseball playoffs are going on right now, MLB playoffs. And man, we are coming close to the World Series. My prediction for the World Series won't happen because the Yankees, in fact, got beat by the Blue Jays, which, the Blue Jays were the better team. The Blue Jays were hitting crazy. And so they got sent home. And it was pretty much the same thing with the Dodgers and the Phillies. The Dodgers just, their bats got hot. They showed that they're a better team, and they sent the Phillies home in 4 games. And they're on to the NLCS, and we're going to see who They play between the Brewers and the Cubs. And man, I can see a world where the winner of the NLCS wins this whole thing. Because I'm thinking the Brewers beat the Cubs. I'm projecting the Brewers to beat the Cubs. And I think the winner between them and the Dodgers can beat the Blue Jays or the Mariners or the Tigers. I think the NLCS will hoist the World Series championship again. And I won't be surprised if it's the Dodgers, bro. I won't be surprised. The Dodgers Brewers will be a good series. I'm not even really a baseball fan. I'm more of a baseball novice or a casual, but I can't wait for that because that's going to be two really, really good teams. Last but not least, man, around the sports world, I want to shift over to college football because, man, this has been a tough year for college quarterbacks on the FBS level, the SEC level, the ACC level, Big 10, Big 12, whatever you want to call it. But the best quarterback performance of this college football season came from a kid out of Western Carolina, here in good old North Carolina, bro. And I feel like I have to highlight this just because, again, the quarterback play in college has been so bad, bro. And I have to highlight this kid, Teron Dickens. He was named FCS National Offensive Player of the Week, and it was well deserved, bro. He completed his first 46 passes, bro. Yes, you're hearing that right. He was 46 for 46 with his first 46 passes, finished the game 53 of 56 for 378 yards passing and 3 touchdowns. He was so efficient, bro. He took what the defense gave him. He didn't turn the ball over. And granted, he was playing Wofford. I know about Wofford because I went to Campbell University and Campbell used to play Wofford. But still, bro, you have to be in sync with your weapons on another level to complete your first 46 passes, bro. That sounds like a video game stat, bro. 46 for 46, and he finished 53 of 56, bro. And that is elite. That is the best quarterback performance that I have seen this year. Probably besides the kid the first week of the year threw for like 400 yards out of little school. But in terms of efficiency, not turning the football over, getting the ball to your guys and letting them create. This kid, Teron Dickens, a red shirt sophomore, did his thing. And this goes back to what I told y'all. It's a lot of sophomores, it's a lot of juniors, it's a lot of freshmen that are in college football now that are the quarterbacks we need to have our eyes on. A kid like this, let's get him in a bigger school in the NIL situations and see what he can do, bro. It's talent around the league, and we're looking at the wrong places, and it's frustrating. It really is. It really, really is frustrating. Man, so that is pretty much all that I have for my solo dolo episode of the Dynastyers podcast today, man. I don't necessarily want to do predictions for the game. I kind of like just getting on here and giving kind of my reaction to the games. I truly, truly feel like the Eagles could be in trouble this year, man. I truly, truly, truly feel like the Giants have a blueprint going forward to be a good team. And I'm really, really, really liking my NFC prediction even more now of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Green Bay Packers. So I feel good about that. I really do. I really do. I really do. Last but not least, man, let's go ahead and close this off the only way I know how. Words of wisdom. I just wanna tell you, keep going. Keep going, man. I know the road gets bumpy. I know legs and arms and shoulders get tired. I know days get long. I know heads get weary, but keep going, bro, because once you get there, you're going to appreciate that you did keep going. And I'm going to keep saying this because this is for more than just me. Someone needs to hear that. Keep going, bro. You're so close. You're so close. You're so close. And with that, we have got to the end of another episode, another video of the Dynastyers podcast. As you see to my left, your right, I am your boy, Darius Capers, Kung Fu Cape of the Dynastyers podcast. And if you've made it this part in the video, you are the real deal. You are the real MVP, man. What are we thinking about these Eagles? How are we feeling about the Giants going forward? The NBA season starting up, man. And how are y'all feeling about the touchdown streak coming to an end? And how do y'all feel about me putting my money on my streak starting back with DK Metcalf? Let me know in the comments below, man. And until next time, I am your boy Kung Fu Cape, aka Darius Capers. Until next time, peace. What's good, party people? It's your boy Kung Fu Cape, a quarter of the Dynastyers podcast. If you made it to this part of the video, you're the real MVP. You're the champion. But to make sure you keep repeating this champion, you gotta give us a sub. Give us a sub on the YouTube channel at the Dynastyers Podcast. Give us a follow on Instagram at the Dynastyers Podcast. We post a lot of important information. A lot of key dates are coming up soon. Dates that you don't want to miss. So go ahead and sub and follow so you can stay abreast of what we got going on. You don't want to miss it.